Good evening. It is Friday, February 23rd, 2018, and welcome to the 100th episode of the Proteus Podcast. My name is Jacob.
And I'm Danielle.
And we are the Proteus Podcast. Ideas in all shapes and forms.
So, how you doing, Jake?
I'm a little stunned and confused right now.
What about?
It's 100 times?
100 times.
100 times.
We did it.
We did it.
We reached a number.
We reached an arbitrary goal.
An arbitrary goal.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we had ever set, but
in the finest traditions, we never set a goal, but this is as good as any.
So let's talk about things. Let's talk about a number
Things
of
and stuff.
Things and stuff and stuff and things. So, unfortunately, 100th episode, a couple weeks late.
Yeah, a thing happened and none of us were available to work.
Yeah, that's the life of it, right?
Yeah, as it turns out, occasionally the outside world, good old meat space, just encroaches on all my internet glory.
And when, your primary listeners are like a couple best friends, a partner, and a mom.
Hi, Mom!
Hi! There's not that much downside of missing a couple weeks.
Yeah, you're not... If you lose any... On the other hand, if you lose any subscribers, it is catastrophic.
Right, but we didn't lose anything that we didn't already not have.
Wow, the wordsmithing is strong with this one.
Yes. So, I'm doing one last check here. All right. No emails.
No emails.
No tweets.
No, not even the one.
No. Wait. Nope, that was a bot.
Yeah.
So, Jake,
yes.
Let me ask you this. A number of trailers have hit the world.
Uh-huh.
You want to start with comic book superheroes or movie heroes?
Well, I guess the trailer did hit before we saw the movie, so let's start with the Han Solo trailer.
Han Solo, or Solo.
Solo, a Star Wars adventure.
Is it adventure, or are they calling it a story?
Hell if I know.
I think it's a Star Wars story. Like, I'm
Yep, it is a Star
pretty
Wars
sure.
story.
Yeah, there's like a number of stories. So, so we get a little bit more of the history of the man, the myth, the legend, the Han Solo.
I'm so upset by this whole thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay, let me give you a little context here, and this isn't going to work, but I'm going to try. Did you ever see the Lonesome Dove movies?
Yeah.
The original ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where they're going through the desert, and the one guy. Oh wait, that's Return to Lonesome Dove. Yes, I've seen them both. I've seen Return to Lonesome Dove. They use the word pecker a lot.
Yeah, with Robert Duvall and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Did you see the prequel that got made with Steve Zahn and
No, why would I do that?
No, here's where's okay. There's a point to this.
I mean,
no, wait. Let me finish. Okay. That is probably the very best prequel I have ever seen made, because Steve Zahn and damn it, that other guy had to have sat there and watched that movie over and over and over again, because they absolutely nailed the mannerisms, Carl Urban, the mannerisms and speech styles and character that they were portraying, right? To such a great extent that after about 10 minutes of going, hey, these guys aren't the same guys, it all fades away. And it's so believable because they just matched themselves to the original characters so well and the original portrayals, right?
Okay.
Like I said, in terms of speech patterns, mannerisms, inflection, all of that. I get none of that from the Star Wars, from the Han Solo thing.
Really?
None of it. He doesn't seem like the same character at all, the way he talks.
I think he's actually going to end up being fine.
I hope so, but now it feels so wrong to me.
All he has is a voiceover and then one on-screen half of a Han Solo reference. We're fine. We're fine.
I thought he said a couple other things, because there's two trailers. There was the teaser and then the teaser for the teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even the voiceover, I feel like it's just, he's not there.
You know,
I really hope I'm wrong, but
I think it's going to be great.
I'm super uncomfortable with it right now.
Because I will say that, oh God, what's his name? The actor, I just was saying it in my mind so I wouldn't lose. The actor who's playing young Lando.
Right.
From what I saw of him in the trailer, Danny Glover.
Yeah, Danny Glover.
Not related to Donald Glover.
Weirdly enough.
But he didn't say anything, but I thought that his mannerisms, I felt like he was picking up the spirit of a young Lando very well. And I think when it comes to the Han Solo character, the Han character, that it's going to take at least 20 minutes for anyone to see anyone other than Harrison Ford in that role. Like I said, there's a chance it'll work. I just don't feel it yet. And the thing is that you're probably not going to see it work until you see it.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to release a lot of trailers for it. Disney doesn't really do that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that it's going to be fine.
I hope you're right, because I'm super uncomfortable with it right now.
I think you need to lower your expectations a little bit.
I can't help but have incredible expectations for this one because of reasons and stuff.
Well, I understand, but look at some of the things that should lift your spirits a bit.
I just need you to step back from me for a moment and go, nerd!
Well, no, because I'm going to feed into that nerd of you a little bit.
Okay.
Look at how much of the quote-unquote Legends material they're just pouring into this young Han. I mean, they're pretty much using a lot of the Legends origin story of Han Solo in this.
I'm not familiar with that one, actually.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole different... It was, canon until it wasn't Han Solo origin.
Yeah.
That I'm familiar with.
Oh, okay.
The Han Solo trilogy, so.
Yeah. So, in Legends, they further flesh out when Han gets of age, what led him into everything.
Yeah.
Okay? And this pulls heavily on that. And a lot of that stuff isn't canon anymore, but they're kind of making it canon again.
That's good, I guess.
And I think it's going to be awesome. I honestly think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a lot of interesting. I can't wait for the gratuitous R2-D2 cameo, because we get one every movie.
It's going to be confusing.
No, it'll work out. It'll be there somewhere. And also the actor who's playing Han Solo is amazing. He's a really good actor.
What else has he been in? I should look at that here. Oh, Hail Caesar. I kind of wanted to see that.
Yeah, Hail Caesar is an amazing movie, and his role in it is just great. And I honestly feel like it's going to be pretty good.
Okay. I have literally seen nothing else with him in it, oddly enough, somehow.
Which I am perfectly fine with.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably a good idea. That way, because a lot of people complained about, what's his name, playing Kylo, because they couldn't help but see him as some other character from a different thing.
And I don't like that actor.
Yeah,
I don't like the Kylo Ren character either.
I like him when he's got his mask on.
Yeah, I guess.
We went over that, how...
Yeah.
Didn't we? I don't remember.
Yeah, we did.
Anyways.
We went over that.
So there we are, the Han Solo trailers, plural somehow. That was weird to release like a trailer for the trailer and then the trailer the next day.
Yeah, that's sounds like a hype machine to me.
Sounds that way.
Other movie for a trailer, Infinity War.
Oh yeah, the Infinity War trailer. I thought we talked about that a little bit at one point, but man, the first Infinity War trailer, it's just a like that is a gorgeous piece of cinematography all by itself with the music. Like as it intros in and it shows all the characters and that music sounds all forlorn and lost and you're just like, oh god, I'm gonna cry watching a trailer.
That was the teaser. We talked about the teaser. That was the teaser.
But that teaser.
And now the trailer's out because the trailer
I don't know if I've
came
watched
out.
that then.
That came out during the Super Bowl.
Maybe I did. I can't remember. Yeah, I think I did. But I'm still hung up on the teaser trailer because it was glorious.
It is glorious, and the trailer is glorious. And let me tell you, Infinity War is probably going to be
one of the finest pieces of comic book cinema in movie history.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I just got done with Black Panther, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And Black Panther was amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of good in that movie.
I think Infinity War is just gonna be so good, and
that is just the most heebly-jeebly and man, I can't even. Yeah. I'm like a white chick right now. I can't even.
Would you like a pumpkin spice latte?
Yeah, and some UGG boots.
And some Uggs.
A completely temporary segue. Someone pointed out that saying "I can't even" is just this generation's version of "Well, I never."
Well, I never.
Well, I never. It's the same thing. It's just okay for your grandmother to say it.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, that's it. Infinity Wars. I'm looking forward to that big time. What about Deadpool? Deadpool trailer.
Wait. I'm going to ask you a big Infinity War question.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to make a prediction.
Okay.
That we'll never be able to follow up on.
Sure, I'll believe that.
At least not in this format.
You never know.
Okay. You never know. Who's going to die?
Spider-Man. But he's going to get brought back.
Okay, who else is going to die?
I don't know.
I have a theory. So, have you seen the longer trailer where Thanos just cold cocks a person in an Iron Man outfit?
I think so.
Yeah. It's glorious. I think Thanos kills Pepper Potts.
Ooh, that would be something. Yeah, there's a lot of internet speculation that Spider-Man temporarily dies just for some character building for Tony Stark again.
Well, I think it's Pepper Potts that's gonna die, and that's gonna be the character building for Pepper Potts. I think Spider-Man's gonna be more or less fine, but do you hear that?
No.
Sounds like scissors.
That's horrific. Right. I'm not gonna worry about it.
But that being said,
sounds like scissors.
Sony has released their Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse
thing,
and honestly, I want Spider-Man to die all over. I just want him. He doesn't deserve a second movie anymore. If Sony's gonna do their own terrible Spider-Man movies now, they just need to. Spider-Man needs to find a grave and stay in it.
But he's my second favorite, one of my favorite superheroes.
Well, but think about it. It's gonna be like all this other crap that has nothing to do with the main Marvel continuity.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be terrible because Sony can't make a good comic book movie.
To save their lives.
They can't do it.
If you put a gun to their heads and said, make a good comic book movie or else,
it's like
you'd just end up with brains everywhere.
They had something with the first Spider-Man movie, and then I don't know what happened. Someone did a lot of drugs.
Which first Spider-Man movie? I can't...
The one with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. Okay, they started out real strong there.
Yeah.
And got real far off the rails by number 3.
Yeah, number 3 was when they were like, screw you to the director. And
we're like, Sony, we don't have to wear pants.
Yeah, we're Sony. We don't have to wear pants. And now every Spider-Man, I'm not even interested in that.
I can't help but be a little interested, like I said, because I've always loved Spider-Man for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Well, Spider-Man's an interesting character.
Well, like we've talked about before, it's when he's done right and he's the dork, it works, you know? So, anyways.
Well, and then, like, to kind of, like, co-tangent off on this more, Sony's also doing a Venom movie with Tom Hardy.
I want to see that.
Well, so they are straight up making it a horror film.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I think it's terrible.
Venom's a terrifying character when done, and he should be done right.
Yeah, and they're not going to do it right.
Well, what about the New Mutants? Also a straight-up Marvel horror film.
The New Mutants?
Yeah. It's done under the X-Men franchise, and it's called the New Mutants.
Well, is that still under the Fox umbrella?
I guess.
Yeah, that's Fox.
Have you seen the trailer for
Fox. No, not gonna.
It's like straight up creepy.
It's categorized as fantasy action.
It's Silent Hill and shit.
Oh, no thanks.
I never played or watched Silent Hill, so I couldn't really say how accurate that analogy is.
I think that what we're gonna see is I think we're gonna see the end of terrible mutant movies. There's one left. There's one less X-Men movie left that was in the docket, and that's Dark Phoenix.
And that's just like a remake of X3.
Right, but that's how they're going to introduce... that's how they're... it's half under 20th Century Fox and half under actual Marvel because it started production before the merger.
Right.
But it looks like they're going to they're gonna reboot the series in it. They're not gonna do like an origin series. They're just gonna jump right in with Dark Phoenix.
Huh.
And then that's gonna introduce Skrulls and all kinds of stuff for the MCU, which I think is fine.
Fine.
Skrulls are yeah, I think it's good because I think the MCU, especially after Infinity Stone, is going to start going more into the universe. And I think it needs to. I think Earth is too small for the MCU now.
Yeah, it could very well be.
It would be also good to get away from Earth heroes for a bit. And other comic book movies. Aquaman is getting some decent reviews.
Really?
Yeah. They had their first screening for an audience. And evidently it's having some positive reactions.
Shocking and amazing.
Shocking and amazing. Well, but that being said, we have a month before the first trailer. And
there's lots of time to screw up.
And it was just a screening, which means that they have time to do like 8 reshoots.
In a month?
Yeah, well, sure. Why not? I mean, the DC. They have a year. They have till December 21st before the movie actually releases. I mean, they could reshoot like half of it or the whole thing.
I hope they don't. If they're getting good reviews, stop screwing around and just do it.
Okay.
What was reshot?
I mean, Solo was pretty much completely reshot.
True.
And I still think it'll be good.
I hope it.
All right, Deadpool 2.
Ambivalent. Deadpool trailer.
Both of them.
That first one was. I'm glad I didn't see that with anyone else. It could have been a little uncomfortable.
Wait, why?
Because it could have been a little uncomfortable.
What was in the first trailer that made you uncomfortable?
I said it would have been uncomfortable if there had been other people in the room.
Yeah, that's what I want you to talk more about.
Let's not.
I am really confused.
No, you're not. Watch it again. There's all kinds of really strange references in there.
All right. So anyway, we get Josh Brolin as Cable.
Yeah.
And which is cool because Josh Brolin is also Thanos.
Yeah, that's a little different.
But Cable's not blue.
That's true.
And he doesn't have Thanos chin, so...
Yeah, and Cable looks cool. I think that so far, like, visually, everything looks badass.
Yeah.
Now all I have to do is somehow follow up with that, incredible performance of the first movie.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fun. That's all I'm expecting out of that. If I come out of that movie feeling like I had a good time, then I'm happy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, as good as the first one was, I still have extremely low expectations for the second one.
Yeah. I mean, they set their bar so high with that first one, it's going to be tough.
That's what I'm saying. Low expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still Ryan Reynolds or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that's it.
Other movie I'm excited for this year, Ready Player One.
That's finally going to come out?
Yeah.
Huh.
Ready Player One has a release date of March 29th.
Ooh. It's not actually all that long away.
Yeah.
Not all that far away.
And, another comic book trailer before we get into Black Panther, which is a movie.
Right.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That looks amazing. That trailer is hilarious.
It's going to be great.
Everything about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
A lot of people are saying that it's doomed because it's following up Black Panther.
No, it's got its own thing there. That's gonna be good.
I mean, but I think it's gonna be great. I just what comes first, May or July?
May.
Oh, so Infinity War is coming out before Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Uh-huh. And also this year is the new Pacific Rim movie.
I could care less.
I'm excited about that.
Okay.
I'm just admitting that I'm excited about it. Man.
No, you can be excited about it. Okay.
Did you see the first one?
Yeah, I got like halfway through it and got bored.
Huh.
I don't know. Big robots, it's a little bit too much of a... I don't know.
It was wish fulfillment and it's at its best.
Yeah, I think it's that right there. All right. Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Man, they messed with the genre in a good way.
They really did.
It's like all the complaints I had about messing with the genre in The Last Jedi, they did not do in Black Panther. They definitely turned the comic book genre and like what that means on its head. I mean, this movie is so good.
It's something else.
Tell me what you mean by something else.
Like, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of like cultural things you could probably get in fights about over this movie.
Sure.
But like, and this definitely is going to sound racist because it probably is. I appreciated that I was able to enjoy this movie as a white person.
Well, and yeah.
Like, now here's why it's going to sound racist. Because, like, they didn't just pack it full of things that are from a culture I don't understand at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll admit, there's a whole bunch of things that black people love that I just like, y'all have fun, but I got nothing on that. I don't get it. And I could see there being a temptation for them to just jam all of that kind of stuff into this movie, and make it absolutely for one audience because it is, kind of could have been that, and they didn't. So it's an impressive piece of restraint on the filmmaker's part while still fulfilling an important cinematic goal, I think.
Well, yeah, the director was African American.
Yeah. all the main leading cast is. And
all the cast is of African descent.
It's the highest budgeted movie that fulfills those particular qualifications ever, basically.
Well, it's the fifth for opening weekend. It was the fifth highest grossing film for an opening weekend ever, and it was the number one opening weekend for a February film ever.
Yeah, I mean,
it was the number one grossing film in opening weekend with an African American director ever. It's
breaking all kinds of records, but at the same time, it's drawing such a diverse audience, which really pleases me. That people, because you could expect that you look at the lines and it's just all people of color or however you want to refer to it, and it's not. It's all the comic book fans are going to see this movie, and they don't care, and I think that's great.
And Black Panther, like from a comic book perspective, is one of the most interesting, diverse, thoughtful comic book heroes out there. Like the types of challenges he comes up against are very thought provoking, and they brought that into this film. And the Eric Killmonger character,
right,
was just amazingly good. I mean, he wasn't the stereotypical Marvel villain.
Yeah, his motivations were impressively clear.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of unusual a lot of times. You're like, I get it. He's pretty mad about this whole thing. And he's going to get his now. It's pretty much what he's out to do.
Mm-hmm. It's not just about him getting his. He's trying to rectify like a global wrong.
Yeah, or his perception of a global wrong.
Yeah, and it's a perception that wasn't just his in the film. And he's not like this lone crazy person. Like his ideas, though, not the best, have merit. And because
they ring strongly with a lot of people.
And even if though they don't specifically ring strongly with you, you can understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then he's not just like the way he goes out is just it's pretty boss for a villain to go out that way.
Yeah.
And also it's the Marvel universe. He's probably not dead. Who knows?
He seemed pretty dead.
He seemed pretty dead, but it
is the Marvel universe.
I mean, how many times has Nick Fury been dead?
Most of the times.
And don't forget about Coulson.
Also, most of the times.
Also, I can't wait. Like, I hope that they don't kill off Tony Stark in Infinity War, because I want him to have a face-to-face with T'Challa's sister and realize that he's not the smartest man on the planet.
Right?
I mean, maybe the smartest man, but definitely not the smartest person.
There you
go. Until they roll in the Fantastic Four, and then he meets Reed Richards, and once again he's like, God, where have these people been?
It's like, these people I can nerd out with.
I really hope that for when they do roll in Fantastic Four, that they don't do an origin story for Fantastic Four.
Everyone knows. Don't do it again, please.
That they'd have them like returning back to Earth, and they've like been out in the universe,
just doing stuff,
doing Fantastic Four stuff.
Yeah,
and they come back and they're like, wow.
What did you all do?
Whoa. Thanos was here?
Thanos was here? Why? Let's think with some Infinity Stones. My bad.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that once again. Infinity War. Fantastic War. But Black Panther, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Also, I like that it pretty much verified that the soul gem is in Wakanda.
Yeah, I was arguing with that with a coworker, and I think it's probably in the core of the vibranium asteroid?
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's like affecting, plants and animals, which doesn't make sense from what else I know about vibranium.
Well, actually, in the comics, vibranium does give off a radiation, and it's perpetuated into specifically the heart-shaped herb, which gives Black Panther his superhuman strength
Yeah.
and his heightened acuity and everything. But where the soul gem ties into it is that soul gem's really only power is like being able to travel into soul world.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
And they showed that.
Yeah, but it's also still tied to the because it's from the drink from the plant, which is from the irradiation from the thing. So that makes me think it's still in the core of the asteroid.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
It's all tied together somehow, which is kind of borne out by the trailer with all of the monsters from Thanos attacking Wakanda.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you attack the most powerful place on the planet when you could steamroll the rest of the planet and then just wipe them out later?
No, it's because he doesn't really care about the rest of the planet. Thanos cares about the Infinity Stone.
From a tactical standpoint, I'm saying it.
Yeah.
It's an odd maneuver. It's like, let's hit the hardest part first and then, yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't think that's the first part. It's
hard to say there, but
I think what's gonna happen first is he's gonna hit New York, and that's where we're gonna see the death of Pepper Potts, and that's when he's gonna rip the
stone out of Vision,
the Mind Stone out of Vision.
Who apparently, I'm trying to figure. There's a lot of questions in that trailer because you see Vision being not all purple and stuff. So it's like, does he survive losing the Mind Stone?
So in the comics, when he loses the Mind Stone, he becomes like he has all the same powers he had, but he's just like this super powerful android that doesn't really have a mind. He's just kind of like, what do you need me to do? And they're all
he kind of goes back to just being the AI that Tony made him in.
Yeah.
Probably in this version.
But with them showing him in kind of human form with that glowing on his forehead, they're probably gonna
totally be before. We have no idea.
Yeah, but who knows? There's also a chance he could turn into the Red Devil, which was the form of the Vision before he became the Vision. Huh. It's complicated.
Yeah, comic books. There's never an easy answer. It's a comic book.
Yeah. So, and the Red Devil is actually, he's just like an android that wears red that can create tornadoes.
Well, somebody really put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, I like that. I was blown away. It was good. It was really good. It was way better than Justice League. Let me tell you.
Well, if we're going to talk about it, though, we have to talk about someone brought up what they consider to be a giant plot hole.
Okay, I'm ready.
And I'm not convinced it's a plot hole, but they wanted to know how is it that Killmonger could put on the other Panther suit, which is supposed to be, like linked to, because she clearly links the Panther suit that he uses to him so he can just think and control it, right?
Yeah.
So how is it that he got, without having her wristband to do the linking and having his own thing, how could he do that?
Why would he need her wristband?
That's what the argument was put against me, is she activates the suit and links it to him, so clearly he needs should need her wristband. And my argument is the wristband is like a smartphone. Everyone has one. They all do the same things.
Yeah, if he has access to the computer system,
that's what I said.
Because the mistress of the lab is out. There's someone else who has access.
Yeah, and
this isn't a country that expected their king to be overthrown.
And I also argue you don't know what she's linking it to when she does that precisely.
Uh-huh.
And my argument is she could be linking it to the power of the Black Panther, which only one person would ever have normally. And because he gets it there, he could easily take that suit then, even if the suits are linked to that. So there's a lot of ways that's not a plot hole in my opinion.
I think she was just controlling its power through her wristband. I think anyone that's wearing that can control it. Yeah, no.
If I was going to be building suits for the Black Panther, I'd make him only work for him, just as a thing. But
True, but this is a country that's never been invaded.
Yeah. But at the same time, there is some internal squabbling. It'd be kind of dumb to leave a fully powerful Black Panther suit laying around.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So my theory is it's control. It's somehow linked to the power also. So, but I mean, like I said, it's not as big of a plot hole as some people were arguing it is.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Batman has tons of suits in the Batcave. If anyone ever discovered the Batcave, they could just take a bat suit.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, I'll take a bat suit and a batarang and the bat wing and some bat skates.
Yeah, bat skates.
And, oh man, there's so many bat things.
Don't forget bat shark repellent.
Bat shark repellent.
That's my favorite bat thing.
Bat sharks, run away!
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, but I think it was an excellent movie. It was very accessible to everyone, and still, did a beautiful job of showcasing a lot of culture there that has definitely been underrepresented in the past.
Right on. I agree.
And, like I said, even though a lot of it's very foreign to me, I still appreciate it. It's, there's some amazing and beautiful things in all of that.
Another thing I want to call out, what was awesome about this movie, and then I guess we can move on to other things if we want, is every single woman that had a role in this film was a badass.
There you go, right?
Like,
just lots of ass kicking getting done.
Like here's a culture I could get behind. It's like, yeah, women are could be super the King's Guard. They're super warriors.
And even Bilbo Baggins was fun to watch.
Yeah, I was really impressed with his role.
I thought he did a fantastic job.
And I think he played good counterpoint to T'Challa of being I think he represented us in this film.
I think you're right.
He represented white, non-African descended people in that film. It's like, hey, I don't really understand what's going on. Tell me what's going on. They're like, you kind of have to experience to understand.
Then it's you kind of had to be there. Just do this thing for us real quick.
Yeah. And then he, he kind of gets it.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, that's cool. I can help. I don't have to understand. I just have to help.
Yeah. So, yeah, good time.
I think that could be a motto for the universe. I don't have to understand. I just have to help.
I agree.
Let's try to make that a thing. So other things to talk about, because we're doing this grand talking of things. The SpaceX launch of the Falcon Heavy.
That wasn't... Okay.
That's the most science fiction looking thing I've ever seen that was real.
As cool
when those two boosters touched down simultaneously.
That right there.
I was just like, this all day, every day.
That was actually, in my opinion, the best part of all of that.
It was. I mean, the launch went off beautifully. And launching a car into space for no reason other than I can is hysterical in its own way. And
putting it on an orbit, its own self-sustaining orbit around the sun.
Well, cool. For it's not exactly, it's going to come back in 9 million years or something, but...
Yeah.
Those boosters touching down. Oh, that was just so cool. And then there's a video, Smarter Every Day has a video of with a stereo audio, 3D audio of the noise it makes during the launch and the return, and all the sonic booms of those boosters breaking and landing. And it is amazing. You got to look at that on YouTube.
Okay.
And have some good headphones on when you do it, because it is amazing.
Yeah, no, that was overall great. And what's interesting about that is they almost scrapped the Falcon Heavy program last year. And then they were like,
let's go ahead and do it.
They're like, let's give it one more go.
That's the most powerful rocket to launch off the face of the Earth since the Apollo program.
Yeah.
It's insane. And they're going to build a bigger one. There's a much bigger, better rocket in the works.
And I think that it's time that we build an actual spaceship building place in space.
Yeah, we're getting close to where we're going to need it. If we're going to send anything more interesting than a rover to Mars, Not that the rovers are not awesome, because that last one was hella impressive.
And it's still
You're
going.
going to need to be able to start putting stuff together in space.
Yeah, and let's build a spaceship.
And I'm actually really, in a related news, I'm really excited about this, weirdly enough, is El Presidente, as much as anybody can hate him or love him or hate him or hate him and hate him, is proposing or has suggested that they privatize the International Space Station instead of abandoning it, because we're actually getting close to the time they were planning on being done with it.
The International Space Station is
international project with all, we've built parts of it, China built parts of it, Russia built parts of it.
It's time for that to be decommissioned.
No, it's still there,
no,
but
it needs to be rebuilt. It needs to be.
It's not even done yet, and it needs to be rebuilt. But
it needs to be a new mission, a new.
But it's the problem with that is this. Even with the newer and cheaper and better rockets, the sheer cost of putting things into orbit is the expensive part. So it would be foolish to abandon all that equipment, even if it's not all working. You've at least still got things that mostly hold air in space, which is kind of the hard part.
But the problem
what he's just saying is privatize it. Let private companies take it over and do with it as they please.
I disagree.
For science.
I disagree.
I mean, we're never going to get our money back out of it anyways.
Well, it's not about getting money out of it. And in my opinion, saying, oh, its mission shouldn't end, it should be privatized, is like saying we're done with space as a country. No,
we're at that point, though. We're reaching the point where you don't need national entity backing to go to space. Private companies are doing it.
Then private companies should build a new space station. That one is a death trap.
It hasn't killed anyone yet.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
I don't think it's as bad as you're making it out.
I don't know. I think NASA serves a very important role in our country.
I think so too, and I'm not downplaying that, but I think that just letting the thing deorbit and burn up billions of dollars is not the right solution. I think it's still useful.
Well, maybe.
And I'm not saying we have to privatize. I'm saying if there are companies interested in taking it over, I think that we should let them.
I say we build a new one and we put it on a heavy, and we put it up into orbit on a heavy.
You can't do it all at once, even with a heavy.
Well, fine. Do it. This is what I'm talking about. We need a space dock. We need to build a spaceship and a space station. Something real. We need to build something new. Something that pushes
getting the
technology.
raw materials into space is still the hard part, though.
That's fine. Let's do it. Let's do the hard thing.
Yeah, and there's a company already in the process of building giant 3D printers designed for operating in the vacuum of space for building things that way, actually.
Awesome.
So it's underway.
Ooh. So, want to hear about a colossal waste of money?
Sure.
Glowforge. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I know about Glowforge in general. What are they doing now?
Well, it's like $7,000 for one of these things, like $4,000, something like that, and it allows you to etch things. It's laser 3D, and then if you want to it's a laser cutting thing, so it's all kinds of like nasty air, like smells bad, and so like for another $2,000, you can have an air filter for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing new here. It's just, your basic laser cutter, and they're
you can use in your kitchen.
They're just touting that it's, theoretically cheap enough for, the average consumer, and you can make, assemble 3D shapes out of it.
Or etch your laptops.
Yeah, that's going to end well.
Well, they have it. They have a video of people etching the top of their iPads.
Yeah, I mean, hell, Apple will do that for you if you pay them enough.
Yeah, but if you pay $3,000, you can do it yourself.
Yeah. This is all still pre-order and, Kickstarter, right?
No, it's out there now. It's you can buy one.
I don't know if you can yet, but
yeah, it's on their website. You can buy one. You can do the things.
I wouldn't buy a Glowforge if I wanted a laser cutter, though, to be honest with you. I would
No.
buy a better, more powerful laser
You'd
cutter
buy a
with
laser
air handler.
cutter. But yeah, colossal
Like I
waste
can get
of
a
money.
CO2 laser cutter for $3,500.
True. Yeah. Oh, going back to SpaceX for a moment. Have you watched any of the live stream of the car?
No, there's not a whole lot to watch. It's a car slowly spinning through space, so no.
It's like every time I've like turned on the live stream, it's like it's been rotated. The camera's rotated away from the sun.
So it's just coal black darkness.
It's just coal black.
Yeah.
I'm like, gosh darn it.
This is why.
I want to see the car in space.
Yeah. So I know I have not watched any of the live stream because, like I said, I saw it once it was launched. It's in space. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna tell you something else now that might ruin your life.
Oh, good.
Are you ready?
Sure.
I started playing a new game.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's called Ark.
Survival?
Yeah.
Huh.
Ark Survival Evolved.
How do you like it?
It's like Minecraft and Factorio.
Ugh.
Wait. Not like the grindy bits of Factorio, the fun parts of Factorio.
Ugh.
Wait, and with dinosaurs.
I will admit I've seen some gameplay of that. I don't want to play it.
Oh, I didn't want to play it at first, and then I was told I should like try it because I got a trial on my Steam, and I tried it, and I was like, wow, this is actually fun.
Too bad I don't really have enough time for that kind of thing anymore.
Well, one day.
One day
your game will
Anyways.
come.
Huh.
Yeah.
Video games.
Video games. They're a thing.
They are a thing.
Okay, Jake. What's next?
I don't know. There's lots of things. I brought up the movies for this year, and I was
not for
so
this
many
podcast.
movies.
What's up for us?
We have some projects in mind.
Projects.
I feel like it's a secret.
Are we gonna when we're ready? Are we gonna share them with our ones of whatevers?
Probably.
Are we gonna start something new with it?
I hope we're gonna start something new with it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Maybe a different name that isn't eerily related to a creepy old lady doing a podcast about how the world's ending.
Is that what that was? I never checked on what that she did.
I have no idea. I'm just extrapolating. Extrapolating. Oh.
Yeah, something. New things, new endeavors. We've taken this to the max. This is the 100th episode, after all.
And Jake, I do want to say I've enjoyed this time period.
This has been fun. We've done a lot of fun things. Talked about a lot of movies.
And books.
And books.
And random things.
And games and,
We've
and events and things.
We have kibitzed.
That's a word?
Yeah.
Sounds like it's got some vowels in it. Maybe a consonant
Yiddish.
or two. That's why I don't know it.
Well, we've done it.
We have.
Good job.
You did a great job, Hamstray.
You did a great job there.
Oh, did you know they're making more episodes? They've made more emails.
Yeah, I saw that.
I haven't gone and watched them.
They're not as good.
I feel like it's the sort of thing to do when I have the flu.
That might improve it.
Yeah. Binge watching is something best done with the flu, I find.
Well, tell me, Jake, over the past 2 years, for the whole thing, how jaded are you?
About this?
Yeah.
Like a 2. It's been real.
Has been real. I would say a 3.
A 3?
My life is slightly more jaded than yours.
But I'm just
I'll
trying
tell
to,
you about it afterwards.
But I'm trying to just, contain it to just the podcast itself. And I think...
Yeah, well, and it's true. I did it as much as I can. Which is why it's so low.
Ah.
As much as I can. No, because the real world still affects me here.
Yeah.
It's not like say, and I'm Danielle, and all the outside world goes away.
Yes, it does. This is our own little microcosm right here, where we rule the airwaves. That analogy fell apart.
Yeah, that didn't quite work for you there.
I tried real hard. Yeah, like a 2 for me, a 3 for you. We're still doing pretty darn fantastic in it, as it turns out.
That's pretty darn fantastic. That's a good distance away from the precipice.
Yeah, the precipice and the fulcrum, and we never did go back and listen to that episode to find out what that was called.
Well, that's because we forgot what episode it was.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, let me ask you this then, the last time, for the first time, until we meet again. Do you have a quote?
I sure don't.
Man, you're a hardcore pro.
I am the consummate professional, but I can't remember who said it, but there's a famous quote that absolutely goes with this in this situation, I guess.
Uh-huh.
All good things must come to an end.
Okay. I've never really liked that quote.
And neither do I, but it does feel a little apropos. Look at me using big words.
I don't like this one either.
No.
I'm not going to use it anymore.
Too late. You're committed. I want to hear it.
No, I'm not going to use it.
You tell me later then.
I mean, I guess I could.
Just tell me later.
Okay. It's from Frank Herbert.
Who?
Okay.
Dune?
Frank Herbert. He's a writer. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There is no real ending. It's just the place where you stop the story.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You bastard.
Yep.
There are so many books you've read. You're like, but wait, what happens? You mean there's only one of these? This isn't a series? What the crap?
No. That was just a one shot.
It's a one-off, huh? Well, darn. I was immediately about to go and binge read all of it. What do you mean they only made one season of this?
You know what? Maybe one day someone will find our podcast and listen. What do you mean they only made 100?
That would be strange.
Get an angry email. Our first like outside of friends and family email we get is from someone who's like, "Why the hell did y'all stop?"
That would warm the cockles of my heart.
You know what? It'll come in like 5 years.
Yeah, that's good. I just found this and I was so excited.
You spoke to my soul.
Somehow.
And then you mocked me in like the last one. And then I knew it was real.
Dear future listener, we do love you.
Yeah, we love you. We love you as much as we love our cats.
Yeah. Because cats.
At a distance.
At a distance. Without really connecting.
Without really connecting.
Well then. Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Well, after that ponderous silence. I've always heard that awkward silences feel longer to you when you're recording than they really are.
Yeah, it's there. It's actually not that long.
It's like 2 seconds isn't really an awkward silence.
And it's not really like a full 2 seconds. That was like 1 second.
I know, but it feels like a million years.
A million.
Well then, if there's nothing else, my friend.
You can, yeah.
All right,
there's nothing else other than say, while it's
all
still
that
there,
being said.
Wait.
You're right. There is other things to say. If for some strange reason you've enjoyed everything you heard, feel free to binge listen the last 100 episodes on iTunes. And Twitter and Podbean and
Google
Stitcher
Play.
and Google Play, and some of them are on YouTube and
some of them.
few other places fine podcasts are purveyed. And
And
you
if
could
you-
subscribe to us on Twitter, but there probably won't be any updates for a very long time.
And you could email us at Proteus Podcast, but I'm only gonna check that like once a month now.
Yeah, but we promise to religiously check it once a month until we forget for 2 or 3 years.
And then we'll check it, and we'll find that one of you have listened to us and have been.
And
angry that
we
stopped.
promise if someone other than our family and friends emails us, we will record one more podcast.
Yeah, sure.
That's a fair promise, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's a fair promise.
That's a fair promise. So then, all that being said, I've been Jacob.
And I'm still Danielle.
And we were the Proteus Podcast. Good night, everyone.